Hi, everybody. So I'm going to go through a quick test review for the tests I think we have coming up this weekend, which I hope you'll watch this. So here's what I need you to know. You should know about what was the impact of John Cabot's crossing the Atlantic, who was the first Spaniard to really explore Florida, what was Martin Luther's motivation in nailing his 95 Thesis to the church door. Know about that first voyage of Columbia. Know about the colony of Roanoke and whatever happened to it. And what happened to Native Americans once the Europeans came here. You should know the basic elements of John Calvin's theology. And a lot of this we talked about in the online lectures that I did. You should know who the English Puritans were. Why did the Dutch want to settle the New World? What led to civil war in England? What is the concept of divine right? Who was Roger Williams and what did he believe in? What enabled Jamestown to finally survive? You should know what the headright system is. You should know what the Middle Passage was. You should know how did John Smith save Jamestown. You should know what the Glorious Revolution was. You should know why Pennsylvania was founded. You should know what the results of the Glorious Revolution were. You should know the beliefs of the Quakers. You should know what motivated the Virginia Company stockholders. You should know why Georgia was established. And these things, like I said, have been talked about in the online lectures. You should know how new lights differ from old lights in the First Great Awakening. You should know the triangular trade. You should know why shipbuilding was spurred in New England, what really got it going. Why did rice become a successful crop in South Carolina? What was the major cash crop of the South early on? Why was there a Great Awakening? And when we talked about the Enlightenment, what did those Enlightenment thinkers stress as their basic ideas? Then I asked you to tell me what did husbands expect from their wives in the colonies. Again, you could listen to the lectures on that. We have it. How did Benjamin Franklin epitomize the Enlightenment? What was deism? What was the impact of the Great Awakening? Why were diseases less widespread in the colonies early on than in Europe? What led to race-based slavery? What happened with the Stono Rebellion? Talk about indentured servitude, the Salem witch trials. You should know about the Proclamation of 1763. What happened with Braddock's defeat? You should know the Battle of Bunker Hill. You should know about virtual representation, which we talked about in an online lecture. You should know what happened at Concord and Lexington. You should know what happened during the French and Indian War. You should know who led the Continental Army after the Battle of Bunker Hill. You should know what the Tea Act of 1773 was designed to do. You should know the purpose of the Coercive Acts, also known as the Intolerable Acts. You should know about the Boston Tea Party. You should know about Edmund Andros over the Dominion of New England. That's in the lecture that I posted. You should know what the Dominion of New England was. You should know about John Locke's contract theory of government. You should know what happened with the Boston Massacre. You should know who Sam Adams is. You should know what the Stamp Act is. You should know the basics of mercantilism. You should know what the Quartering Act is. Then you should know the Articles of Confederation and their powers. You should know who the Marquis de Lafayette was. You should know which treaty ended the Revolutionary War. What was the impact of the Battle of Saratoga? What was the impact of the Battle of Yorktown? How did Abigail Adams feel about a new constitution? You should know what ensured the French alliance. In December of 1776, how did George Washington restore morale to the Continental Army? And then who was Benedict Arnold? So that's a very brief review of everything that you're going to need to know for the test. So I hope you're watching those other videos. So far, when I've checked, there's only about 2 or 3 people who've actually tuned in the videos. So I advise you to check in on those. So you'll have 2 days to take the test, 50 multiple choice questions. There's probably a few true false in there. Like I said, 40 minutes, that should be plenty of time. It's open for 2 days, starting Friday at 12:01 a.m., ending 11:59 on Saturday. Once you start, you have to finish. And remember, don't reset exams unless I've been shown that there is a system-wide outage, and that rarely happens. So make sure you have a good internet connection. Don't try your phone. All right, well, they're closing the school tomorrow. Well, actually tonight at 9 o'clock. So I will do my best to keep recording videos. I may have to do it at home, but my internet's not as good at home as it is here, but I will certainly do that. And constantly email me if you have any questions. All right. Good luck on the test.